Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com, and today we're going to be talking about Seagull Watches. This was a brand that I did see in Basel, and I did intend to meet with them, and I did. And after a couple of months or so, I was finally able to get some product. Now, these are real Seagull watches from China, Tianjin Seagull. They've gone through several name changes over the last bunch of years, but they offer these really nice looking, I would say almost all of them are dress watches. Uh, Seagull has been around since 1955. It's emblazoned on their literature. They are pretty much known for manufacturing movements. It's estimated that they produce 1/5 to 1/4 of the world's mechanical wristwatch movements. They did do quartz a while ago, but I believe that venture was totally stopped, and everything they do now is mechanical. So really, they're known for their movements, and then they brand their own watches. But the branded watches, especially in the Western Hemisphere, are not popular at all. Obviously in China, it's a little more popular, but still, compared to the size of the Seagull watch, the Seagull movement, part of the house, this is just a drop in the bucket. They all go for somewhere between, that I'm going to show you, 200, 250 up to around 500. But flipping through their catalog, they have tourbillons, they have multi-axis tourbillons that go for astronomical amounts in, gold cases and all that stuff. So they really do know what they're doing, and they have the mechanical capabilities to make things that you really only expect out of these smallest houses in Switzerland. So like I said, I'm going to show you 5 of them up close as usual, and you can check them out. My own wrist check, I'm doing the Seiko Prospex World Time Solar, and it's warm out today, so it's a squally summer day. Just also a quick note, next week is the week of June, I don't know, it's June 5th or something, is the JCK jewelry show out in Las Vegas. So I will be attending, so there will probably be no videos for like another week or a week and a half or so. Just bear with me. Anyway, let's get over to the table and check out Seagull watches. So in front of you here, I've got 5 different Seagull watches. They are all made in China, very proudly so. And as you can tell, they all really exhibit, I'd say, a dressy vibe. They really don't do anything, at least that I've seen, in the diving or sports area. Like I said, Seagull is a movement maker first, I would say, and then they happen to brand their own watches. I'll do my usual. I'll pick up each one in turn and go through the specs briefly. So the one we're going to do first is the only non-round watch. It's this Tonneau Style. This is model number 849.402. And you can see it is a curved case to hug your wrist. It's 39 millimeters. The dial's about 39. It's 33 wide. The tip to tip from here to here is going to be 46 millimeters. It's around 9 millimeters thick. It's obviously has a solid case back. It's water resistant to about 50 meters. And if you just look at the detail, and this is exhibited everywhere, look at the detail in the dial. I'll zoom in on it, and you look at the patterning, look at the applied numbers, the blue hands, blue numbers. It's a sapphire crystal, believe it or not. This crystal is sapphire, this curved crystal, which is why this one's a little bit pricey. I think this might be the most expensive one I'm going to show you. It comes in at $528. But let's just check out that dial. I mean, look at that. Does that just not pop? It's beautiful. They do an awesome job on it. It has a 20 millimeter lug. It comes on this leather strap, this black leather strap. Seagull branded deployment buckle, which is a nice touch. I believe almost all the ones I'm going to show you do have a deployment buckle. So that's something that, again, just a little add-on that just makes the watch fancy. You don't have to fight with the tail of the strap to get it through the buckle and then pull it and then make the strap all ratty. So this runs on a Seagull ST1812 movement. It is a automatic movement, as you can see. Hacks and hand wind. It winds extremely smooth. Like I said, this is the only Tonneau one I'm going to show you. Tonneau, I believe, means French, and I believe means barrel in French. That's where the term Tonneau comes from. So we'll move on to the next one. So from the most expensive to, I think, probably the least expensive I'm going to show you. This one comes in at $249. This is model number 819.368. It's another automatic. Obviously, they're all automatics. You can see the movement through the see-through case back. Runs on Seagull's ST2130 movement. It is 39 millimeters in diameter, 11 millimeters thick, and it is also 46 millimeters tip to tip. 20 millimeter strap, so you have plenty of options. If you don't like the strap, it's on, and like I said before, deploy and clasp, like they're all going to come on. Exhibition screw down case back, you can see the movement. It's also a hand winder, and you can also hack it, so the seconds hand stops, so you can set the time precisely. And just like the first one, sapphire crystal, and this awesome dial detail. Again, not applied numbers this time, but just a lot of detail in the dial. We'll get really close up on that dial, and you can really see it. Obviously, I love blue. The blue pops beautifully against the silver white dial, this guilloche pattern, as it were. Beautiful looking. Next one up is model number 816.519. This goes for around $399. Sapphire crystal again, this beautiful white dial, a little bit off-white. Silver applied indices, silver hands, just a little bit of lume, nothing really to write home about. It's an automatic, China-made, proudly emblazoned at the bottom of the dial. Date, sapphire crystal, individual screw case back, exhibition, so you can see the movement in action. This one is 39.5 millimeters in diameter. It's 10 millimeters thick, and it's going to be 44 millimeters from here to here, from lug tip to lug tip. It's got this nice bracelet with double deployant push button release. There's this double butterfly. And this is just a beautiful, simple, understated dress watch. Easily goes under a shirt cuff. Velvety smooth bracelet for sure. And just, again, the detail. And check out the dial. Even though the dial is simple, it's still beautiful. And that nice sapphire crystal. It all really just works together so perfectly. This is Seagull's ST2130 movement again. Hacks, hand winds, obviously has a date aperture. I mean, this is just such a simple dress watch. So the next one up is probably the sportiest of the bunch, if you want to call it sporty. It's got like a Marie Lacroix feel to it. This is model number 819.381. It lists for $299. It's like a multifunction watch. If you look at the dial, on the right you have a power reserve meter. So as you wind it or as you wear it, that needle will go up. You can see it going. It has a 40-hour power reserve. On the left is a date function. It's a retrograde date function. So after the date goes to 31, it will snap back down to 0. Obviously running minutes, hours, seconds, and an exposed balance wheel. Maybe if I move there we go. If I move the rotor out of the way, you can see my finger in the back. Nice exposed balance wheel. See-through case back. This is Seagull's 2585 automatic movement. Onion crown. Again, no lume to speak of really. This one does not hack. For some reason, I'm not surprised it doesn't. I had a feeling it was not going to. But you can hand wind it, which is a nice, a nice plus to it. It's a decent sized watch. This one now is going to be 40.5 millimeters from here to here. It's 14 millimeters thick. It's a fairly complicated movement. It's got, a power reserve module, and this retrograde date module, so it's going to be a little bit thicker. Tip to tip is going to come in at 48 millimeters. This is probably one of the largest of the bunch. This button you see right here is to advance the date for months that don't have 31 days. You depress that with a pen or a watch changing, strap changing tool, and the date will advance for you automatically. There is no quick set date change via the crown. It's a one pull and that's it. There's no 2 clicks. But again, as I've echoed in the other watches, check out the dial. Look at the work. Look at the detail. It really is amazing. Obviously, it's not, rose engine turned, but whatever process they're using, they do an awesome job. It really looks great. That silver white dial reflects beautifully. It's got a great, great look to it. Comes on this black leather strap. Again, that signed buckle, deploying buckle. Just a great package all in all. The last one we'll do is certainly what I consider the dressiest of the bunch. This is model number 219.388. It's $319. This rose gold tone bezel watch. The rest of the case is stainless steel. I should have mentioned that. Obviously, all the watches I showed you so far are 316L stainless steel. Matching crown. This has an ST17 movement in it, which is a hand winding movement. Since it's hand winding, there's no rotor, and that's how they get away with the watch being just 8 millimeters thin. So super thin, thinner than some quartz watches out there. It is 44 millimeters tip to tip, and the diameter is 39 millimeters. So you've seen all these so far have been anywhere between, say, 38 and 41 millimeters. These are not big watches at all. Still retains scratch-resistant sapphire crystal. Comes on a brown leather strap with a matching rose gold deployant buckle. That's really nice that they carried the rose gold through the buckle. It's a small detail, and it's not unnoticed by me for sure. I don't like it when they don't match it, like maybe you saw in some of the pilot's watches we did recently, and the buckle didn't match the case. It's pretty annoying. It's a 20 millimeter lug, so if you want to swap out the strap, you certainly can. But just simple stick hands, stick indices, offset seconds, and as I did before, I look at that dial. A little pearlescent to it. Just gorgeous, just gorgeous. I usually don't show you the packaging of the watches, but I thought the Seagull was nicely done. So this is an example of the gift box it comes in. See, it's this nice cardboard box, great, whatever. But hey, it's got great detail on it. Usually you don't see companies spending this much, detail on the box. You show you a cool automatic image, and then you open it up, and you've got another little pull tab. The watch sits in here, and then you've got a booklet which covers everything. If your English is your language, you go to this side of the booklet. If it's Chinese, Cantonese, or Mandarin, I don't know which one this is, it's this side of the book. So it's really nice. They explain every caliber in here, how to use the clasp, how to wind, set, change the time. It's really good. They did a great job with the literature for sure. I don't think there's any doubt that these will fit almost anyone's wrist. I'm 6 3/4, so all these watches between 39 and 41 are going to fit, almost everybody's wrist, except for the super, super small. They do fit quite well, and obviously they look quite striking. I'll just try on this one and one more. And then we'll go up to the biggest one that I showed you. What is this, 40.5 millimeters? So obviously it fits fine. It looks great. It's a beautiful watch. Has great wrist presence, especially this one. It's a little bit thicker at 14 millimeters. Has awesome wrist presence, though. It really looks sharp, super sharp. But not cheap sharp like some other watches out there. I think this one really, really nails it on the styling. This has been Mark from LongIslandWatch.com, showing you some Seagull watches proudly made in China. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to our channel if you have not done so yet. If you have any questions or comments, please put them down below, and I'll be sure to address them as soon as I can. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.